Japan has contributed many extraordinary things to the world: art, culture, and technology. Yet few creations capture the imagination quite like the Japanese sword, the Nihonto, or simply the katana. More than a weapon, it is a fusion of craftsmanship, beauty, and spirit. In this video, we explore what makes the katana one of the most admired blades on earth, from the secrets within its steel to the artistry visible on its surface. And finally, we turn to one of the most celebrated names in sword history, Masamune, a symbol of perfection in Japanese sword making. The brilliance of the Japanese katana begins with an almost impossible challenge. A blade must be unbreakable, unbending, and razor-sharp, all at once. Most swords can achieve one or two of these qualities, but the katana achieves all three. This harmony of opposing functions forms the core of its functional beauty. How is this achieved? The secret lies in Tamahagane, the traditional steel produced in a tatara furnace from iron sand. Within a single batch of Tamahagane, the steel naturally contains different carbon levels, created by the varying temperatures inside the furnace. Swordsmiths carefully select and combine these steels. High-carbon steel, extremely hard and capable of taking a razor-sharp edge. Low-carbon steel, tougher and more flexible, able to absorb shock. Through repeated folding, welding, and refining, the smith reduces impurities while gradually blending these layers. The result is a blade with a hard, keen edge, supported by a resilient body, a structure that is both unbreakable and lethally sharp. In the katana, form and function become inseparable. The katana is not only strong, it is visually stunning. Jigane, the visible grain of the steel. Through repeated folding and forging of Tamahagane, the blade develops a visible texture called Jigane. These patterns can resemble flowing water, wood grain, or fine layers of mist. They are not decorative additions. They are the natural result of the kitai process and the smith's individual technique. Like the grain of natural wood, no two katanas share the exact same jigane, making it a key feature for studying a blade's origins and craftsmanship. Hamon, the temper line of the edge. Running along the cutting edge is the Hamon, the bright, undulating line formed by differential hardening called yaki-ire. Its shape records how the blade was heated, quenched, and polished, reflecting the methods and traditions of its maker. From straight suguha lines to dramatic midare patterns, each Hamon carries the signature of its maker. Suguha forms a straight, quiet line prized for its precision, while midare creates a more dynamic, flowing pattern that reveals the individuality of the smith. Together, Jigane and Hamon show why a katana is not only a weapon, but also a work of metallurgical art, meant to be studied as much as admired. Among the countless katanas forged throughout Japanese history, few are spoken of with as much reverence as the blades known as Masamune. Though named after their creator, the great Kamakura period swordsmith Goro Nyudo Masamune, it is the swords themselves that have become legendary, admired as the finest expressions of medieval Japanese craftsmanship. Masamune worked during a time when warfare was constant, and the demands placed on swords were greater than ever. In this environment, he refined the Soshu tradition into something extraordinary, a style of sword-making that favored boldness, strength, and a living, dynamic beauty within the steel itself. A Masamune blade is celebrated for achieving a rare equilibrium. It is trusted for its lethal sharpness, valued for its resilience on the battlefield, and admired for an elegance so refined that it set the standard for generations. Its beauty does not rely on ornamentation. Instead, it emerges from the steel, from the clarity of its jihada, the depth and activity within the grain of the metal, and the subtle, flowing rhythm of the Hamon that only Masamune's hand could produce. The Soshu style is known for its energetic Ni crystals, small martensitic particles visible in the steel, dramatic hataraki, micro-workings in the grain, and a powerful presence in the blade. Yet Masamune's swords possess a composure that distinguishes them from all others. Warriors described them as calm on the surface, fierce within. Blades whose quiet appearance concealed astonishing internal strength. Throughout history, Masamune katanas were treasured by emperors, shoguns, and daimyo. Many passed through the hands of famous warlords, gaining layers of legend with each new owner. Some were even offered as diplomatic gifts, treated not merely as weapons, but as cultural treasures worthy of representing Japan itself. Because only a small number survive today, each Masamune carries immense historical and artistic value. Several are recognized as national treasures, fiercely protected and studied as masterpieces that shaped the entire lineage of swordmaking. Their influence can be seen in the work of Masamune's students, such as Yukimitsu and Sadamune, and in countless smiths who sought to emulate the clarity, strength, and quiet intensity of his blades. To hold a Masamune was said to be like holding perfect equilibrium made manifest, a harmony of strength, beauty, and spirit that few other swords have ever approached. For many, a Masamune is the ideal of what a katana can be, a standard that countless blades aspire to, but almost none achieve. From the first spark of Tamahagane in the Tatara furnace to the quiet brilliance of a finished Hamon, the Japanese katana stands as one of humanity's most refined achievements. Every step of its creation, the folding of the steel, the shaping of the blade, the tempering of the edge, reflects a dialogue between nature, craftsmanship, and philosophy. The katana endures not only because it was an exceptional weapon, but because it became a vessel of spirit, discipline, and artistry. And among these blades, Masamune shines brightest. His work captures everything the katana represents at its highest level. Clarity without embellishment, strength without brutality, beauty born from restraint and precision. In his hands, steel became something almost alive, calm, balanced, and quietly powerful. Masamune's legacy reminds us that the greatness of a sword is not measured only by its sharpness or strength, but by the vision of the smith who forged it. Through their creations, these artisans left behind more than weapons. They left enduring works of art that continue to inspire awe centuries later. The katana is not merely steel. It is history, philosophy, and artistry combined, a mirror of the soul of Japan.